I've got a few tried and tested methods of getting your fussy toddler to eat. It works more effectively and even better than bribery. Let's face it, we don't know what mood our toddlers are going to be in from moment to moment, but when it comes to food, sometimes they just don't want to eat, or they don't want to eat what you give them, or they just want cake all day. I mean, who can blame them? But cake all day isn't a nutritionally balanced diet, and it's not one that any of us would do well to live by. So little treats are great, but when cake fails, what are we gonna do next? This is how it was, and sometimes still is, and I'm sure you'll relate. Okay, you're gonna have some more pasta? Gonna have some more pasta? If you finish that pasta there, you can have some cake. Frankie, do you want some cake?
Yes.
Then you need to eat that pasta.
No.
Pasta first, then cake. Okay? You want 3 more mouthfuls of that pasta, then cake. But pasta first, then cake.
Okay.
Are you going to try it?
No.
Number 1 is to create a dip. Now, a dip in our family is put a sauce on it and get them to dip it in. Kids love dipping their food into things. So create a dip compartment, either get a tray where you can lay it all out and have a section especially for the dip, or just pop some sauce on the side of the plate and encourage them to dip their food in. It works like a charm. What about some dip?
Whoopsies. More, please.
More? I'll give you some more dip in a minute. Don't know what the science is behind it, but it seems to work every time. My second tip is to call the food something cool that they find funny or amusing or really like the idea of eating. So broccoli becomes a tree. It's hilarious, apparently. What have you got there, broccoli? Are you eating a tree? Are you eating a tree? My third tip is perhaps more obvious, but it's to hide the good food in with the beige food. So I will make my own tomato pasta sauce, and I know that he's getting all those nutrients and herbs and fruit and veg mixed in with it, but it's all coated and disguised in one of his favourite foods, pasta, of course. My fourth tip is a bit of role play. Kids love to pretend. My kid especially, Frankie, loves to dress up and use his imagination, which at 2.5 is really active and vivid already. He's really into superheroes and dinosaurs. So of course we pretend that he's a dinosaur when he's eating his food. We call it the T-Rex bite. So we give it a really big T-Rex bite, and it seems to get him to eat. Sometimes, and this is what he came up with, we mix a T-Rex with a shark for a really big bite, and the speed that he eats when he's doing this T-Rex and a shark bite is pretty phenomenal. Why don't you give it a big T-Rex bite? Rawr. Well done.
What's the shark?
A T-Rex and a shark?
Yes.
So that was an extra big bite then. Wow. That was devoured like a T-Rex and a shark.
Yes.